Florida family law tip of the day. Governor DeSantis did sign the alimony reform bill yesterday, so effective today, July 1st, permanent alimony is a thing of the past in Florida.
I recently saw an article where they want to make it difficult for women to get divorced.
Conservative lawmakers are trying to get rid of the no-fault divorce. And let me tell you why this is so dangerous for
Governor DeSantis just signed into law a bill that would end alimony payments for men.
I recently left my husband and came out as a lesbian at the age of 27.
Republican women say they will switch parties after DeSantis approves alimony law.
So a bunch of women in Florida are pissed off at Ron DeSantis because he's taken away their alimony.
Brothers, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to cover how women are getting mad over this new alimony law that got passed where they no longer get permanent alimony. Let's see what we got today.
All right, let's talk about the new Florida alimony law and how it may catch fire in other Republican-led states. The measure was called SB 1416, and it's a bill that not even Rick Scott, the former Republican governor, would sign. But DeSantis signed it on June 30th, and it became law on July 1st. It ends permanent alimony. Now, that sounds terrible, and it is terrible for the women of Florida who were counting on having permanent alimony because it's mostly going to affect older women. But there are only 7 states in which permanent alimony exists anyway, and those are Connecticut, New Jersey, North Carolina, Oregon, Vermont, and West Virginia.
Shit out. So, my husband just found out 3 kids I birthed are not biologically his. And I have a friend who is going through something similar like this. He's in the hospital right now because he chose the hospital over my solution? Mandatory paternity tests, because 33% of men are all raising children who are not theirs. 33%. Look it up.
That's some crazy percentage, man. 33%, like 1/3 of every man who are married? Man, crazy. How many of the 33 are simply stepdads and there was no deception? My husband is a father to a child who is not father. We adopted him. We are going to adopt few more kids. That's what normal people do. Now, shut the fuck up. Don't say that it's a normal. It's not a normal thing to do. It's a good thing to do, but it's not normal. So just stop that nonsense. And she has the audacity to record herself crying, post it, and expect people to feel bad for her. That's what they do. Always play the victim.
Governor Ron DeSantis signed the bill into law, which now essentially does away with what is known as permanent alimony.
Camille Malone, 5-ish, says the recent change to Florida's alimony laws has her wanting to change her allegiance.
Well, I'm really disappointed because I'm a Republican. I voted for Governor DeSantis, and this makes me very sorry that I did.
Governor Ron DeSantis signed the bill that does away with what's known as permanent alimony. A group known as the First Wives Advocacy Group is among those strongly against the new law, saying it puts older women in a situation that will cause financial devastation. Those in favor of the changes says permanent alimony forces them to work long past the age they wanted to retire because they had to make those payments. The law also allows ex-spouses to see modifications to alimony agreements when they want to retire.
It doesn't matter if there's a difference in income or you are married for 20 years. If there's no need, there's going to be no alimony.
The statute was also amended to force the court to reduce or end alimony if the person getting alimony is in a supportive relationship, and that does not have to be a marriage.
A lot of people in their heads think, oh, well, I'm not going to marry this person, so I get my alimony still. But that's not the way it works. And that was the way it was forever. The statute just put that in writing.
New law will only line the pockets of lawyers and the already wealthy.
And the rest of us, the older women here in Florida, well, we're just going to be, I don't know, maybe collecting government assistance.
There's all that strong, independent, and all that nonsense goes out of the window. Just do a normal job. Just walk in some shop as a cashier or something. Just normal job just to get by every month. Men been doing that for ages. It's time you do the same.
I recently saw an article where they want to make it difficult for women to get divorced.
So when no-fault divorce became the norm, the suicide rate in women dropped by 20%. 20% just based on
From fault to no fault.
Fault to no fault. So going back to fault divorces does nothing but traps women and keeps them in dangerous situations.
Damn, dangerous situations. What danger? One false claim on a man and he loses everything. If the man respects the laws and everything, he's not going to do any harm to a woman because he knows his career would be ended, he'll be canceled and all that stuff. It only applies to guys who don't care, and those people are very less. They're blaming all men, thinking that they do some kind of DV act. It's not, and they try to protect like how women are innocent all the time, like how men take advantage of them. No, it's women who take advantage of him, and this divorce laws, this alimony, permanent alimony was just leeching off and just making this unworthy woman get all the benefits. And they're living the good life, meanwhile the man has to pay poison for this woman's entire life. Makes no sense. So glad this was passed.
This new law means that permanent alimony has come to an end in Florida. One thing supporters and opponents disagree with regarding this new law is whether it applies to existing alimony agreements. Governor Ron DeSantis signed this bill last night, and the new law took effect today. Supporters say that this bill limits how long an ex-spouse would be required to make alimony payments, but supporters also say this would not apply to current agreements. However, opponents say courts could decide this new law could apply to existing alimony agreements, which puts some ex-spouses in a situation where they're unable to support themselves because they were depending on those payments.
It's always been important to allow judges to decide what is in the best interest of that family and, of course, of children, if there are children involved in the divorce. And this bill, now law, alongside others that have passed recently, pull that process away from the courts and into a more political realm.
Governor DeSantis of Florida signed into a bill that is drastically modifying Florida's alimony statute. And as a divorce attorney, I want to talk about it. So the bill that was signed into law yesterday is SB 1416. And basically what it's doing is it's terminating Florida's ability to give permanent alimony.
Permanent alimony is no longer. As of July 1st, 2023, permanent alimony was eliminated by the new law. So to give you a quick example, if a short-term marriage was 6 years and the court was going to award alimony, the maximum duration, the maximum length of that alimony award could only be 3 years.
For many men who are in unhappy marriages until now, where it's actually cheaper to leave her. It took 4 tries and nearly 10 years, but Governor Ron DeSantis has finally signed a bill to overhaul Florida's alimony laws and eliminate permanent alimony. DeSantis' approval came a year after he vetoed a similar bill and after the former Governor Rick Scott vetoed similar bills twice. Critics argue that the bill will impoverish older ex-spouses who have been homemakers and rely on alimony payments to survive. Proponents of the bill say it adds clarity and stops ex-spouses from having to continue working long past retirement because they have to keep paying alimony payments.
Man, the previous alimony law just sounds so horrible. Like even after retirement, the guy has to work just to pay for this alimony. That was crazy. Glad this was passed. Let me know what you guys feel about this.
Before you married him,
he never paid a dime.
Okay, now that's the issue, and let me make a ruling on that. He's not contending that he paid a dime. He didn't have to pay a dime. It wasn't his house. It was your house and your mother's house, right?
Yes.
You and your mother got the loan.
Yes.
And the property was in your name and your mother's name.
Yes.
Bought it before the marriage.
Yes.
That's what we call separate property. Once you married Mr. Howard, all of your earnings became community property. Every dime you earned became community property. Half of your paycheck belonged to him.
Hey, yo! But he never gave me half of his paycheck.
I didn't say that he did.
He never gave me half of his paycheck. No, I'm just upset.
Well, you can be upset. And I'm sorry,
I
but
can't
the law is
believe
the law.
because he doesn't have half of nothing to give to me. Nothing.
Okay, now, Miss Howard, I've allowed you to talk. It's my turn. Sometimes life don't throw us a fair deal, but the law is the law. Sounds unfair, but that's life. It's not always fair. But $440 that you spent every month, one half of that belonged to him. That was community money used for a separate property investment for which he did not benefit. You have to reimburse. You must reimburse him and $22 for each month that you were married and living together.
Where am I gonna get that with 6 kids?
I don't know what you can do. What you can do is give him a second trust deed.
No diapers, nothing.
Okay.
Hit him where it hurts. She never loved you. Bro, what the hell? What? What the hell? That's so messed up. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Baby! Oh my God! What are you doing in the shower? I thought you were in the... Baby!
I think it is so cruel that there is not a fast-acting antidepressant. I think it is so...
If I snap my fingers, you'll forget that you were ever gay.
I was never gay.
Exactly.
Wait, no, stop.
Yes.
No, stop. You can't... I was never gay.
Okay.
No, I was never gay.
Sure.
You can't just state something and snap your fingers and then be like, I was never gay.
If you say so.
Anyways guys, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and all that stuff. There are some more videos if you want to watch, and that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on next one.